two top stocks to buy for the long term and to buy even in interest rate hikes. These are actually great for interest rate hikes or if there are rumors of a recession, like right now. So the way I'm saying this is that these are fundamentally very solid companies, and they are not like the high-tech growth companies that we are seeing just being pummeled. These are recession proof, and they are very great under duress of interest rate hikes. So we're going to go over key levels I'm looking at and what I'm seeing on the charts that I'm bullish of. These are really great names that you've probably heard of already. So we're just going to go right into the key levels, the price targets I'm looking at, and looking at why I'm bullish. So the first one is Costco. You've probably heard of it. Again, this is a great recession-proof stock, and I know we've been hearing rumors of a recession, but this is also great for the interest rate hikes because they are calling for several interest rate hikes. Now, just be a little bit wary because if the Fed does become more frugal with their interest rate hikes and it goes lower, this may go a little bit lower. So just watch what the Fed does with that. But it is reaching all-time highs right now because of the Fed and because of interest rates and because of just all of the news of the recession. So we're just going to look at the 1-year chart for right now. And as you can see, it's just been on this steady incline, and it's had an ascending triangle where it looked like it could have potentially been a double top, but it just skyrocketed to all-time highs at $586.32. So that's really great, and I'm not seeing any resistances after that level. Of course, we went to the ascending triangle, and it looks like the resistance of the ascending triangle is now forming a solid support. So I just see it going higher. If there is anything from the Fed saying that they're going to have less interest rates, I do expect this to go down a little bit. But honestly, this is such a blue chip company. This is such a long-term hold that I really like these levels. And as you can see, the Bollinger Bands are just moving up. And I just wanted to show you the RSI. So the RSI is still in overbought level, which means there are a lot of buyers. The MACD looks great. It's all the way up there with the green, and even the stochastics are bouncing back up. So we're seeing a lot of buying pressure here, which is really good. So some levels that I'm looking at, we're just going to, for traders, go to the 90-day. I would be looking at it at 571.20 for the first entry because it does have a wide support here. So I would just be looking at it there. And if it breaks through, I would be looking at the next level at 564.10 to get in. Now we're just waiting for buyer pressure on all of these to make a good entry, but I do see it going up to 580.50. So if we can get it at this level right here, again around 571, and then go up to this 580, 581, we can see a nice little trade right there. But those are the levels that I'm watching. Again, if it does not, we're going to go to 563. And if it doesn't go over there, we're going to go to 554.75. And again, we're just waiting for the buyers, but there's no reason for it not to go up to all-time highs. There's still a lot of buying pressure. So I am expecting more of a rally to new all-time highs. But if we do see a good support, that would be a good entry price. Now, if we look at the 5-minute, you can just see that it's basically going from this level of all-time highs, and it went to the level that we're trying to get in at. So I would say that that was a solid support and a solid entry to get into, and we're just waiting for new all-time highs. But as we can see, the 13 EMA is just skyrocketing like crazy, and this is definitely a great long-term hold. It has great prospects, and it's bounced right off of this 200 MA. to make a solid all-time high, which we love to see. So it's still showing a lot of bullishness. I would say that it's a little bit frothy for long-term investors, but it could be a nice day trade or a nice intraday trade, or you could scalp it a little bit. This is a good recession-proof stock. And then the next stock that we are going to look at is ticker symbol UNH. Ticker symbol UNH. This is United Health. And I believe you'll sense a little bit of patterns because that just reached all-time highs today at $526.97. You'll notice that ticker symbol UNH and ticker symbol JNJ, Johnson & Johnson, are basically the very large cap healthcare stocks. And all of the healthcare stocks are just very great when it comes to interest rate hikes because they can handle it. They're not the high growth tech stocks. So institutions seem to love these in times of interest rate hikes. So we can play this both ways. Basically, the Fed during interest rate hikes, if any of the Fed members say, oh my goodness, there's going to be more interest rate hikes, that's the time to get into healthcare stocks and to get into recession-proof stocks like Costco and Walmart, just because they're not the high-tech growth stocks, and you can just scalp, you can day trade these. They probably will be bullish. And then on the other spectrum, if the Fed is like, oh my goodness, yeah, lower interest rates, we're not doing this anymore, that's when it's time to go back into the high growth stocks. So we can play this either way. I mean, we're very smart traders, very smart investors, and just comment below what other stocks you believe are recession proof or what other sectors you believe are recession and interest rate hike proof, because we want to be able to trade in any type of environment and have an edge over any type of environment. I'm going to put the Bollinger Bands back on for UNH, and we're just going to go over some key levels that I see. Again, it kind of looks like UNH, but it had this really nice bullish crossing. And I just see it going higher. I mean, there's been 2 green candles already. It's gone all-time highs. It looks like the top of the Bollinger Band is still going up. So that's a very bullish factor. It looks really great. So we're just going to go to the 90-day so we can trade this. And I would like to get this around the 200 MA. It bounced right off of that. So I would like to see the level at $511.20 would be where I'm potentially buying as a buyer. I just need to make sure that there's buying pressure there, of course. And then I would get out at $522.30. Now, I do expect this to make all-time highs again very in the near future. So we might not be able to get in at that time, but I personally am fine with waiting until it gets back to this 200 MA level. But again, if you would like to scalp, by all means scalp. So let's look at the 5-minute. As you can see, it's making an old resistance into new support. So it could be a nice time to scalp this as well. It's over the VWAP, which is fantastic. I'm looking for it again at the 200 MA. And if I don't get it there, it's fine. No worries. But I do think that these 2 stocks are really great for if there is a coming recession or even on news of a potential recession. I do think it's a little overbought right now for the long term, but let's just look over at the weekly. The weekly is showing that it's in this nice area of the 13 EMA. It's just skyrocketing. Like, it just looks like a beautiful chart, and it looks like it could be nice for day trading, nice for swing trading. It just looks really nice and very strong. So these are 2 stocks that I definitely recommend for interest rate hikes, because we're going to see, in my personal belief, we're going to see between 17 and 20 of them just in this year. So I want to be ready for this, and anytime the Fed announces interest rate hikes, I want to be ready to scalp these names, especially. So these are just two names to have in your arsenal just as tools so you can make a little bit of profit on the interest rate hikes. Right, so this is Supergirl Investor here to save the world and make you wealthy. And please leave a like and let me know in the comments below what stocks you would like me to talk about next. This was just a brief overview of these stocks. Of course, you can see all of my trades at skingame.com and over at my Twitter feed. I do a lot of stock news on my Twitter feed, so just follow me on both. They're both free, and just join this channel and put on the notification bell because I put out a lot of these stocks when I'm studying them. And if I see something good, I will definitely let you know about that. So just let me know in the comments what stock you would like to see next. I have been getting a lot of requests for CEI and BBIG, which I will be posting those on Twitter, or I will be making a video. It just depends on what comes next. So thank you so much, and be wary today, because I know I keep saying this, but there is the Fed meeting at 2:00. Depending on whatever that is, there might be a relief rally, but I just wanted to give you 2 extra stocks for recession-proof stocks and interest rate hike stocks that are great in those types of environment, because as traders, we want to be very flexible. All right, bye.